Let's see now, where were we?
You were telling me about your spiritual life, how it wasn't working out so hot.
Ah yes. So I was. What was I saying about it?
You were talking about how lazy and undisciplined you were. And you were wondering exactly what kind of spiritual exercise might be useful for addressing such a problem. And you were saying that sloth was the worst of all spiritual afflictions, since it made the consistent practice of any effectual discipline more or less impossible. That is what you said explicitly. Implicitly, you said that God was to blame for your being so lazy, since He made you that way, and also because He failed to place you in a suitable family when you were a child, one that would correct your melancholic temperament and prevent you from becoming chronically discouraged and thus perpetually defeated.
Ah. Well. Perhaps you misunderstood some bits of what I said.
It's possible. Like what?
Well, to begin with, that whole God is to blame business. I hardly recall saying that. Right. I definitely didn't say that. So, are you going to go ahead and lower me into the lava pit? Or shall I just?
That's what you'd like me to do, I'm sure.
Sorry? What was that?
Listen, broccoli man.
Vegetable man.
Right, vegetable man. Listen, have you ever been honest, really honest, with anyone in your whole life? Even with yourself?
Sure. You don't believe me? See here, Mrs. Z. Or rather, Mrs. Evil. Evil Mrs. Z.
Evil Empress Z.
Right. See here, Evil Empress Z. I happen to be an extraordinarily transparent person. Ask anyone. My friends are all routinely astounded by it.
You have a knack for articulating difficult emotions.
Yes.
You have a similar knack for making subtle distinctions in ideas.
Correct.
You've been told this many times by people who admire you and who universally agree that you'd be a regular rock star, poet, philosopher, and prophet if only your self-perception and emotional equilibrium had not been so deranged by your parents.
Now you're getting it.
And it's not only the various dysfunctions of your multitude of worshippers that you are able to analyze and lay open with the precision of a surgeon, as though your words were a scalpel. No. You are equally as precise and unflinching when dissecting your own psychological organs, as it were.
Ah yes, I suppose that's the way one might put it. Or at least.
And you are willing. Nay, eager. Yes, eager. To surpass anyone you know in vulnerability and utter confessional self-laceration. And not only this, but you performed the whole operation coolly, completely detached, with utter objectivity and rationality, as though you had experienced being both autopsist and etherized butterfly an infinity of times since the beginning of the world. And were completely immured to it. And embrace it stoically as part of your inevitable salvific function in the lives of those with whom God brings you into encounter.
Well, now. Insofar as I follow you, you appear to have some good ideas, here and there. Yes, you make a handful of valid points. To a certain extent, to be sure. But, as for certain bits of it, I'm not at all sure whether you haven't perhaps made a misstep once or twice.
Fine, broccoli. Vegetable. Man. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and dump you.
Quite right. Lower away.
I thought so.
Yes, well. Toodaloo.